All right, chapter 1118 for One Piece is finally out. I say finally as if it's only been 7 days. I'm not good with being a weekly reader, but I really liked this one here. So we start off with like the Iron Giant falling down, crushing the battleships of the Marines. And I have some questions about the Iron Giant. So it's thinking like, Joy Boy, where are you? You were here just a moment ago. I wanted our paths to cross again. And now the robot clearly has sentience. Is it just a program that it has a goal to complete? Knows Nika slash Joy Boy was part of that goal and wants to go cross them again? Or is it something like they were started off as a cyborg, were human, got turned into full Iron Giant robots, something almost like Frankie mechanizing himself but maybe keeping the brain? Is it something like Vegapunk where Punk Records has stored all the knowledge, so maybe all the knowledge of somebody or something is stored in the Iron Giant? Or is it like what we've seen in Thriller Bark, where like a shadow can be used to control somebody, like the shadow is taken and put here? I'm interested. What is going on with the Iron Giant specifically that it has these memories of Joy Boy? Why did it attack Marie-Joie in the past? I feel like it's connected to the Fishmen, given the time frame of what was going on during that time. The Iron Giant definitely got me intrigued. But anywho, crashes on the boats, and everyone is freaking out about that. People around the world are upset that Vegapunk's message was cut off, and they're thinking, who do this? Why? They start turning on Luffy because they know the Straw Hats were there, saying it must have been the Straw Hat crew and Luffy, those detestable pirates. They must be responsible for this. You got some people saying, like, even if Vegapunk had committed some kind of sin or crime, the government would never execute him. That doesn't make sense. And, like, someone with, like, there's a crown, must be a king. They're like, listen, he's useful. He is the most brilliant man in the world. The government wouldn't execute him for some little crime. As if to say, if you are important in this world, you can get away with anything. It doesn't matter what the crime is. So that works very well for, like, nobles of society to believe that. There are only 3 Vegapunks left. So we have York, Lilith, and Atlas. They're all fine. Side note, York didn't mention Edison still being alive, so it might be implied that, like, he died after that scene with Stussy, but I'm leaning more towards he's just no longer connected to Punk Records, but we'll see. Luffy and the Giants jump on board the ship and is reunited with Frankie, Bonney, Sanji. They also have Kuma and Vegapunk's, the original body, supposedly dead. I'm sure he'll be fine. Something's going to happen. They're not just carrying his body around for no reason, unless we're going to get a funeral scene. That'd be kind of cool. What else happened? So, first of all, them on the ship, a giant ship versus the marine battleships, is hilarious in its size difference, and I love it. Bonnie has turned the vice admirals into children. They're adorable, and I love it. Luffy is, like, giant size, because you see a small Sanji. He's just very excited, saying, where's Chopper, where's Usopp? They're gonna love this. Sanji is talking to Nami. They're coming up behind them. They should be able to launch fine. Might need some help with the landing. Frankie got that covered. Sanji is saying he'll make sure all the women survive. Usopp saying, how about you save everyone? Why are you forgetting about us? And it's a delight. Everything's going wonderfully. They're making their escape. Giant bird, Gorosei, comes after them. Fire, blast, and the Giants have to use their shield. It's blistering hot to protect them. But then, Luffy and Bonnie come to the rescue. Luffy transforms into his Nika Gear 5 form. And Bonnie's just like, I can't keep up with you in that form. Sure you can. I don't know how your powers work, but you can totally do this. And she remembers what Luffy had said about this is what I look like when I'm the most free, and she uses Distorted Future to give her a form where she is completely free, and it transforms into a form so similar to the Nika form. And to anyone who doesn't agree with me, the government was trying to create a fruit that would replicate Joy Boy's fruit and the Nika form, I don't know what to tell you, because I feel like that's the only explanation. They were doing experiments, they injected it on Bonnie, maybe something about her lineage, maybe something where she has a celestial dragon genetics, maybe it might have something to do with her mother. There is something there about her. They wanted to experiment it on her, whether it was random selection or There's a reason for choosing her. That fruit was meant to give an opportunity to take Joy Boy's powers for themselves. They lost control of it, or they deemed it a failure, deemed that it was impossible, deemed that it wouldn't work. But with Bonney, it does, and it's glorious. Her transformation, and Kuma, in a little bit of consciousness, thinking back to saying, don't worry, Ginny, I'll raise her well. In that church, that small little panel, my actual heart is breaking for him, and he's so proud of his girl. I'm so happy. There's a little bit of an earthquake, talk about the waters rising. It's awful convenient timing. I don't know if it's, probably convenient timing. Maybe to do with Luffy's transformation, maybe with the Gorosei, maybe the giants jumping on the ship. Something might have triggered that earthquake, the Iron Giant sinking below. I almost thought a whirlpool was going to open up and the man with the burn scar was going to be revealed. I don't know. Convenience for the earthquake randomly? Don't know. Going back, I think it is Nika's powers that led to the earthquake. Is it possible that Joy Boy was the one who flooded the world, like unleashed too much of his powers? Luffy loves sailing, loves being free. If he views being a pirate as being ultimate freedom, then maybe they thought that the best thing is to flood the world, like completely like just overtaken by their own powers. Corruption, I love a good corruption arc, and thought it'd be freeing to everybody sail the seas, and there's not enough water, so let's raise it and have more oceans to explore. Is that completely crazy? But anyway, how's this end? Oh, the Iron Giant thinking, there you are, recognizing Joy Boy's power. Is he recognizing it just from the sheer magnitude of the hockey, of the heartbeat, of the voice of all things, maybe? He can sense Joy Boy. And the same way that Zunisha, our favorite giant elephant, was able to recognize when Luffy first transformed. I feel like it's got to be the heartbeat. They're connected. They're connected in a way, which also leaves me thinking connections to the ancient weapons. And I want Shirahoshi to show up. And I want the next chapter. Can I have the just full arc? Let me binge the arc, please. I'm not a good weekly reader. So that's all I got. Short chapter. Praying that's not a break week. I don't think it is. So let me know what you think about the Iron Giant. What its goal is. It's really got me hung up too that Joy Boy in the past had wanted to preserve the ancient weapons to be passed on to future generations, because the war's still ongoing. So he had the war, he had the ancient weapons, wanted to preserve them, the connection between Zunisha, the Iron Giant, and Joy Boy himself, how Bonney plays a role. I'm still waiting for the man with the burn scar to show up. Don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. All right, that's all I got. Talk to you later. Bye.